Coming to you pre-recorded from a secret location in Benzonia, Michigan, it's Captain Kirk, here to review the Big 3 video game.
It's me, Scary Perry Caravello. Oh, oh, oh!
This game is an endless runner, developed and programmed by Andrew Langley. It features 3 playable characters, Don, Mole, and Scary Perry Caravello, also known as the Scaremaster. Perry is the self-proclaimed king of Fright Night comedy, whatever that means. Together they make the Big 3. The first character I am playing is Perry. If you're familiar with the Big 3, you can tell that it's Perry from the greasy hair, fedora brim hat, the garbage bag jacket, and the fanny pack. The Big 3 gained some notoriety because of a movie they did on Comedy Central called Windy City Heat. The movie, in its inception, was horrible, but the behind-the-scenes pranks they would pull on Perry ended up being funnier than the original script. So it ended up being one long prank on Perry. Perry is a reclusive, misogynistic, homophobic liar.
You are going to jail.
The homophobic part is really interesting because back in 1992, he blew or jerked off, I can't remember, a casting agent by the name of Randy Callahan. The reason he did this was because, well, as he puts it,
I got in trouble!
So Perry got in trouble on the film set, as he so often reminds people when they ask him. He also says it upon defeat in the game. Vince is the mini-boss I'm fighting here. He comes in the form of a star with planets orbiting around him as he tries to bore you to death with his talk of telescopes and celestial events. He is the Big 3 sound engineer, and has often had cameo appearances on the podcast that seldom last more than a few minutes because people get bored of him so quickly. The Randy Perry event is what got him started in show business. After the session between Randy and Perry was complete, Perry received 3 SAG vouchers to continue his rise in Hollywood. Many of the jokes in the game, including the hand reaching through the ground, the SAG voucher, and the white dude juice that falls from above, all stem from Perry and Randy's exchange.
Randy Callahan guy got in trouble! That was my fucking boss, you sick fuck! He was my fucking casting director, you motherfucker! I got in trouble! Leaving a film set! God damn it, I have to explain this!
When Perry gets really angry and upset, which is quite often, he has a tendency to yell at the top of his lungs, which makes him go into a high-pitched shriek that he seems to think is effective in getting his points across. He's unprofessional in many ways. Perry's main attack is throwing cookies in tribute to his father, Cookie Caramello, who served both in World War II and the Korean conflict, who was a big proponent in the Don't Ask, Don't Tell program in the military. Perry's special attack is the Kinnison Scream, as in Sam Kinison, whom Scaremaster has a crush on to this day. Perry is on permanent disability because of a car crash that happened back in 1979, where a woman was driving on the wrong side of the freeway, where she ran head-on into Perry, putting him into a coma. He claims to still have brain damage from this event, but there are others who claim that Perry is pursuing a fake disability scam on the US government, and the whole thing was just a setup.
I got in trouble!
Hey, it's your old pal Don.
Don Barris is the glue that holds the Big 3 together. In this game, his superpower is his blue-eyed stare. It reminds me of Cyclops and X-Men. Don's regular attack is throwing microphones. He needs an endless supply because Scaremaster is always breaking them. He is the one who found Perry back in the early 90s. Don saw a major star in Perry and wouldn't let go of him, not in the gay aspect. Don is the owner and operator of Simply Don the Podcast Network, which has hosted the Big 3 podcast for the past 4 years. He is also a warm-up for The Jimmy Kimmel Show. He is Perry's handler. Perry will try to scam Don out of things, but Don is a lot smarter than Perry. When Perry throws a tantrum, Don calms him down. Don has even been the victim of some of Perry's abuse, including hitting, biting, scratching, and kicking, to name a few. Don has many irons in the fire of Hollywood. He closes every night at the world-famous Comedy Store, and is also the host of The Ding Dong Show, another of Don's creations.
Hey, you know who it is? It's Mole.
Walter Molininski, or Mole as he is called, is Perry's best friend in the whole world. Many people wonder why though, because every time Mole asks Perry to do something, he always turns him down. Some say the reason for Mole being so mellow is because he smokes apple cherry wood tobacco quite frequently. Mole's special attack is a cloud of apple cherry wood tobacco smoke that clears the screen. Mole also likes to go mud shark fishing, which are one of the enemies in the game, and is always asking Perry to go with him. Mole's regular attack is throwing red bats and blue bats, which is a nod to his character Brock from the movie Windy City Heat. Mole is also very fond of Perry's apartment and wants to move in with him. Perry usually gets really angry about Mole's request and starts yelling. Mole is so kind, he even offers to come help move Scaremaster's stuff and look at his CDs. He often offers to help move Perry's credenza. Mole's catchphrase comes from Perry's abuse of him. He always has to ask Perry, "What did I do?" That is what Mole says upon defeating the game. Perry knocked over a craft services table in Windy City Heat. The table was set up to impress the money man of the film, Hiroshima Nagasaki. The table was filled with donuts and Skittles and M&Ms and catered cookies and this and that and that and this, and some cheese puffs and whatnot, when Mole approached it looking for one moon pie. In Perry's rage of Mole wanting something, Perry knocked it over. So in the game you hear Mole say, "Perry knocked over the table," as a reminder of the damage Perry did that almost cost him the movie. Mary Jane Green is the producer of the Big 3 podcast. She has to put up with the Scaremaster's antics, including being called horrible names and being threatened to be hit by the Scaremaster. She is the game's narrator, and whose image appears briefly when you get a high score. Her beauty, soft voice, and pleasant demeanor calms even the most savage of beasts, like Perry. The game is easy to pick up and play, and it gets challenging the further you get. It is good for beginners as well as seasoned gamers. Control is simple on a tablet or phone. Your basic controls are jump, fire, rush, and special attack. Although simple, it is a very well thought out game, especially considering that it only had one programmer. It is a must-have for any Big 3 fan. It is also a good way to get some information about the hilarity of the Big 3. Big 3 Videogame is available in the Apple Store and Google Play Store for 99 cents, well worth the price. Download your copy today and have your turn at the high score. Go to the Big 3 Facebook page and make sure to click like to help the Big 3 out. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to share, like, and comment. Big 3.
Get to this, you dumb fuck, and you can't even take it. You went in when you were told not to. You
I needed to use the restroom, Chicken!
Then you...
It had nothing to do with picking up the fucking food!
You are a
straight out!
retard.
Tell him to call an hour early!
Right!
An hour early! Not 10 minutes, you fuck!
You're the fucking moron! How can you not comprehend? How can you not comprehend this?
When you went to the bathroom, did you go yellow or bang bang?